Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in Bellingham. I happen to be standing in a wonderful antique home filled with art, bringing you this message today in the wilderness. Right now, I'd like to turn this over to a wonderful team of singers. Kathy and Kathy are going to be providing music today. Please enjoy.
There was a time in my life I thought I'd have to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go. Let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Good morning, everybody. Please take a moment to say hello in the social chat and let everybody know you're here and thinking of them. And let's sing My Soul is Welcome Here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 All right, now I'm going to turn it over to Ronna Biggs, our practitioner for the day.
With us this morning in so many ways. Please join me for an opening invocation. Breathing into this moment, I know that there is one light and one love, one joy, and that is filling the hearts and minds and souls and bodies and air and water and earth of all that there is, and that I am connected to that one light and that one love. And as we stand in this sacred space, this beautiful light that is in the forest that is CSL, I know that this day is good and that that light is found within and all around. So wherever anyone is, that they know the light is within and the light is around and we are one. And this day is good and everyone is so loved. And so it is.
God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. All is beautiful. All is well. All is beautiful. All is well. The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. All is beautiful. All is well. 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 This next song, Blessing to the World by Karen Drucker, is a gift and a blessing that we would like to offer you this morning, our whole community, and really the whole world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am and all I do is a blessing to the world. Please join. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth. And who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. Is a blessing to the world. Is a blessing to the world.
Thank you so much, Kathy and Rana. That was incredible. A really wonderful lead in to what I'm going to talk about. And so this is the last Sunday talk of 2020. And like some of you, sort of irrationally, I feel like, okay, the last talk of 2020, and now things are going to get a lot better, right? Um, yes, of course they're going to get better. The talk today is about an action step that we need to do, and it's called Show the Way. And it's part of a series that I've been talking about all month. So if you haven't seen those talks, you might want to. The first talk of the month was Build the Bridge, and it had to do with driving the foundations deep in our own integrity and our own spirituality so that we could then reach across to people that were different than us and build a bridge of communication and understanding. The second Sunday, I talked a lot about bringing the light, and in particular, Kathy's song about the Namaste principle was what I was speaking to, about seeing the light in one another and honoring that light. And then last week on the 20th, I got to speak about tending the fire, which has to do with aligning ourselves with those who are in service to a greater vision. And I don't think I spoke about it as clearly as that, but that was my intent. And so today, Show the Way has to do with kind of an opportunity to look within again. So, you know, in the science of mind, there's a key principle. It's not different than other spiritual traditions in some regards, but it's very specific. And the principle is this, that we believe that the indwelling spirit, call it what you will, is individualized in every single sacred human, which is the way I talk about it a lot, is really indicating that there is within us and moving with us this sacred energy. And a lot of traditions have that same view. In fact, I was reading in the Tibetan Book of the Dead, I wrote it down, let me see. O nobly born, O you of glorious origins, remember your radiant true nature, the essence of mind. Trust it, return to it. It is home. So obviously in the Buddhist and Tibetan tradition, that's one way of saying sacred human, remember who you are. But in all the traditions, there is a call for remembrance. In fact, much of the sacred saint Rumi's work is about remembering, waking up, remembering who we are. And there's a wonderful sense of nobility that comes from understanding who we really are. Because if we really understand our true nature as spirit, in fact, noble, I was looking at the root word of nobility or noble, and it comes from the Greek know, G-N-O, which means wisdom or illumined self. And so we're looking today, showing the way means I'm inviting all of us to look deeply at our illumined self, our sacred self, the part and parcel of us that is spirit incarnate in this very body, in this very time. And there's a great story, you've probably heard me tell it before, but it's such a great story to end the year on. So would you like to hear it? I hear a yes. This particular one is about a large temple in the north of Thailand, just a little bit past Thailand's ancient capital of Sukhothai. And there once stood an enormous and ancient clay Buddha, enormous. Though not of the most handsome or refined work of the Thai Buddhist art, it had been cared for over a period of 500 years and became revered simply for its sheer longevity. Violent storms, changes of government, and invading armies had come and gone, and yet the Buddha endured. At one point, however, the monks who tended the temple noticed that the statue had begun to crack and would soon need to be repaired and repainted. After a stretch of particularly hot, dry weather, one of the cracks became so wide that a curious monk took his flashlight and peered inside. What shone back at him was a flash of brilliant gold. Inside this plain old statue, the temple residents discovered one of the largest and most luminous gold images of Buddha ever created in Southeast Asia. Now uncovered, the golden Buddha draws throngs of devoted pilgrims from all over Thailand. So for me, this is a great story of us, a great story of how so often you and I find ourselves covered with layers of different things we've developed in our personality to shield us from pain, to defend us from dangerous situations or people, to bolster us when we feel afraid or weak or don't know how to handle something. So we layer on the clay of these different technologies we've developed for our personality self. And in the process, we slowly but surely forget, like the Thai people, that there's gold underneath, that our true nature is underneath all that. And that is our home. That is our nobility. That is spirit expressing uniquely through each one of us. And, you know, so showing the way, which is the topic today, has for me to do with really cleansing ourselves enough to reveal our true nature, which isn't really that easy. I mean, for me, what I know is that often these layers of expression have formed into a very strong habit of beingness, and that habitually we go to those defense mechanisms and we go to the clay that we've built up to respond to the world and other people. I was noticing this in myself this holiday season. Holiday seasons for me are, as a minister, I do 4 services in less than a week. And I love doing that, but it's a lot. And what I noticed was I was beginning to feel stressed. And so the strong habit energy of the clay in me started to come out in ways that were very, Joe, my husband Joe calls it very directed, which is another way of saying bossy, I have a feeling. Anyway, I started to be very directed and making sure that everything was lined up and that people knew what to do, and, you know, overly controlling would be another way to think about it. And it's a strong habit under stress for me. You would think after all these years of spiritual practice and spiritual study and walking the spiritual path and understanding all this, that that would not crop up. But it's a habit. And especially in times of duress, our habits, not just mine, our habits show up, whatever they might be. And so to really acknowledge our true self and in those moments turn back to the gold of our spiritual nature, which ultimately I ended up doing, thank God. You know, what happens is we are then able to move in the world from a strength that is inherent, that is our truest self. Not only that, but what I've noticed is that the more I uncover the gold, the more it leads to radical life changes that are not always expected and not always easy, but always in the direction of my true home. And maybe this is true for you as well. And this all leads me to a story that I heard recently from one of our community members. I'm sure that she is not the only one who has had a difficult relationship with parental folks and family members. And in this particular case, there had been a series of kind of like these explosive disagreements which in that family were very, very traumatic. The strong habit energy was not to bring up anything that would cause an argument, to be completely conflict avoidant, and when there was conflict, to flee as quickly and swiftly as possible. And so unexpectedly, kind of feeling out of the blue for this person, another disagreement, very huge disagreement, erupted in the midst of a family gathering. And it was, from what I took in, it was the worst of all possible things, involving people saying they were leaving and moving away, and all kinds of really difficult things were said. And there wasn't much that could be done. My friend was asked to leave and take all her stuff and leave. And so that would have been the habit energy, the strong habit energy would have been from the clay self of just like giving up and turtling in and not knowing what to do, and feeling very powerless in the situation. And why this is one of the most wonderful stories of the year for me is that this person has been doing spiritual practices and doing a lot of spiritual study and a lot of personal work in that direction, and realized that that was not how she wanted to handle this. And so there was a moment where there was a coming together of the family, and there was very strong, it was not necessarily soft, but it was very strong, but very loving, unfolding, a sharing of all of the different hurts and the different things that had occurred over a lifetime, and why my friend was hanging in there because of the love that she felt for these folks, and how she wanted to create a pod of love and support, and how no matter what, the love was going to be there, and just on and on, really sharing from the heart, but also sharing the hard things. And what was beautiful to me was the strength that it took, and the fact that it was coming from the gold of her being, not the clay, that the strong habit of fleeing and turtling was put aside, and instead there was this fierce, beautiful love being shared. And what was also beautiful was that her people could hear that, could hear the love, and that they could agree to disagree on things that didn't fit, but they could also agree that love was why they were together, and that was the foundation, not anything else, not anything else. Love was the foundation. That was what was important. And you can tell, it brings me to tears, because that is why I'm a minister, is to watch people unfold their golden, noble self and learn to come from a different place that is not born of fear or doubt or negative self-image or low self-esteem, but rather from the true heart, the golden heart of beingness that is their spiritual nature. So if you're listening, my person, thank you for that story, and congratulations on that incredible move of yours to heal a family and to bring it into a deeper connection of love. That's what showing the way means to me, is this ability to take our spiritual practices and actually apply them in ways that are true for us, but also intensely loving for others who may have different viewpoints about all sorts of things. And yet the love can still connect. It can still be a part of. As I'm thinking about this, I'm remembering something that I read, and I wrote it down. So let me read it to you, because it's something that one of my teacher's teachers said. And my teacher's teacher was Thomas Burton. You remember, a Catholic monk who studied Buddhism and yet was fully Catholic, and became very very powerful in the Catholic Church as a leader in love. And so he had this revelation, and this is what he wrote. Then it was as if I suddenly saw the secret beauty of their hearts, the depths of their hearts, where neither sin nor desire nor self-knowledge can reach, the core of their reality, the person that each one is in the eyes of the divine. If only they could all see themselves as they really are. If only we could see each other that way all the time. There would be no more war, no more hatred, no more cruelty, no more greed. I suppose the biggest problem would be that we would fall down and worship each other. I'd like to have that problem, wouldn't you? So in this last talk of the year, I want to remind you to build deep the foundations of your integrity and your spiritual practice so that you can reach across to those who may not exactly view the world as you do, but who love just as you do and who are the light of the world just as you are. I want to invite you to practice that principle of the Namaste, the God in me beholds the God in you, with everyone you encounter, and I'll try to do the same. Whether it's in line at Trader Joe's or in a car when someone cuts you off, or just in your family circle, the Namaste principle will allow us to bring light to every situation and to remind ourselves of the light within each of us. And then offer yourself in service to the one. In whatever way you can, accompany those who are giving and sharing in loving service their deepest goal, the truest, noblest part of themselves. Support those people and support that in yourself. Tend the fire of golden service in all of us so that we can all move forward, supporting one another. And lastly, show the way by practicing the principles you know, even in difficult situations. As much as possible, when you recognize, like I did, a strong habit energy, work diligently to move back to the true, noble nature of the heart and mind that we each have. Remember your sacredness and the sacredness of all life. And moving into this next year, we can truly, truly make a difference as the world before us changes, with all of the hope we have for that change. I'm going to do a prayer and then I'm going to send you back after a few announcements to Kathy and Kathy. So join me in this prayer. The light of God within me, the light of God around me, moves me forward in this world from my deepest, truest nature. Here and now, as I remember that I am one with the infinite, one with all the love that ever has been and ever will be, one with the wisdom of the one. I move with intelligence and grace into this new year, 2021, lit up from within by my awareness of the possibilities that I have been gifted in having this sacred form and being in this world at this time. I offer myself as a gift, understanding that I am nobly born to the one infinite spirit into this world for that purpose. And as I move with clarity and direction, healing and revealing my deepest nature, I do indeed become a light in the world. And amazing changes occur because of my presence. This is not some sort of egoic statement, but rather the truth of what happens when each of us moves from our highest and deepest nature, offering the gift of love in the world. For this ability in me and in you, and for this commitment to offering in loving service the light, I give thanks. And so it is. All right, well, I wanted to tell you a little bit, but because I'm far away from home now in the wilderness, I may not remember everything. So be sure and check the CSL Bellingham website for updates. But what I can tell you is that on December 31st in the early morning at 4 a.m., Rana Biggs, who you saw doing the prayer earlier, is going to once again lead us in a world healing meditation. And the lovely thing is that this year it is a Zoom experience. And so you want to get the Zoom link from the CSL Bellingham website or by emailing the office, and set your alarm clock for 3:50. Wake up, get yourself all situated, turn on the Zoom, and be part of this wonderful practice that is a global practice of knowing healing for the world. Surely, certainly, we need that prayer and that meditation in this time, in this way. The other thing that's happening is that I am hosting a New Year's Eve Zoom retreat. And if you have not signed up, I believe our dear Clara, our administrative assistant, has opened the registration for another day or two. So you need to register if you're going to be a part of it. Lots of people have asked me what it's about. And it's about what I've been talking about all this month and more. It's happening in a series of 90-minute Zoom expressions with things to do in between. So you'll have the opportunity to really be in retreat. So if you're planning on coming, I'd love you to set your life up in such a way that you are in retreat time, meaning put away the digital devices except the thing you're going to watch Zoom on. Organize your life so that there's quiet and simplicity during this retreat time, silence. And I'll tell you more once you've registered, all right? And then we have a class called Prosperity Plus coming up on the 9th of January. It's a Saturday morning, and it is a 7-week class that's really about visioning and opening your golden nature to give and receive more effectively. Love you to take that. We also have a group of our practitioners doing many lovely things. One of the things they're doing on the third Sunday is after this service in a Zoom experience, they're going to be offering a 90-minute foundational teaching of one of the principles of the science of mind. And it's a real opportunity not only to hear about that, but it's interactive. And so you'll have a chance to connect and be with people of like mind. And on January 3rd, we're having the first of something we're going to be doing every month. One of our board members and one of our practitioners after the service is going to be leading a Zoom discussion for about an hour from noon to 1:15. And you're invited to come and talk about the spiritual principles that you heard in the 10:30 talk. So we'd love you to start participating in that. And you can get all the information on all of that by either signing up for Constant Contact if you aren't already, or going to our website, and hopefully you'll find all the information there. We have men's group coming up soon. Women's group has moved to the third Friday in January simply for the convenience of the leaders, and lots more going on. So be sure and check that website. And now I'm going to turn you back to Kathy and wish you a happy new year and a gratitude for all that you give in the world and to our center.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is a new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman, then pretend that he is Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man, but you can do the job when you're in town. Later on we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we've made. Walking in a winter wonderland. Join in, sleigh bells ring. Are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is a new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he's a circus clown. We'll have lots of fun with Mr. Snowman until the other kitties knock him down. When it snows, ain't it thrilling? Though your nose gets a drillin', we'll frolic and play the CSL way, walking in a winter wonderland. Walking in a winter wonderland. Walking in a winter wonderland. Have a great holiday, everybody.